Hey guys, another Thursday and more updates. The first update is the new fairy ring options, which is you can just use the fairy ring, any fairy ring, you can use it to teleport to any other place without having to go to Zanaris like you used to. So I can just hit ring right here and I can just go to wherever I want to go to instead of having to go to Zanaris. And then also another useful thing is the last location on the fairy ring. So you just hit that and it will take you to the last fairy ring that you put in. So that's really helpful when you're camping something like Calphite Queen or Zulrah. You don't have to sit and put in the fairy ring code every single time anymore, which makes it faster. So faster Zulrah kills. And also a big thing is runecrafting. Nature runes through the fairy ring now is the best method from my testing. If it isn't the best method, if my testing is a little off, it's at least really close to the best method. It's really close to tied with the Abyss nature runes. And for my testing, I got 55 seconds per run using the House Fairy Ring, not counting banking. With the Quest Cape Teleport Fairy Ring, I got 54 seconds per run, not counting banking time. And then for Abyss, I did a couple runs there just really quickly to test my time there. I didn't test every single spawn point, but I did test a couple. And the first one was a northern spawn point, so I was really close, like one of the fastest spawns you can get. And I ended up getting 54 seconds for that run, not counting banking time. And then I did another one, and I got 60 seconds. It was a southern spawn, so one of the slower spawns, which seems like it makes the fairy ring faster, considering that the faster spawns in the Abyss are equal to just the normal spawns, or the every single time spawn of fairy rings, while the slower spawns in the Abyss are slower. So yeah, that is it for the fairy rings. I'm not going to go in really into depth since this isn't a guide on this, it's just an overview of the new updates. The thing I thought I'd mention about the fairy ring method, if you use the house method and you have a pool in your house, you can use that to restore your energy, making it so you don't have to use staminas anymore. Overall, I would say it's more efficient to just use staminas, because you will lose some experience and some nature runes, which will probably make up for the cost of the stamina potions, but they are pretty close. It doesn't take too long to use your pool, and you only have to use it like once every 3 runs or so. But yeah, that is something to keep in mind. The next update is this update to the bank. You can go into your menu options right here, and once in here they added a deposit worn items button. So if you turn that off, you can no longer deposit your worn items, which can be helpful while you're doing a bank standing skill. Sometimes you misclick your worn items and then you bank all the items that you're wearing, which kind of sucks. I'm going to leave that on though. That isn't a very big deal to me. And then they talked a little bit about the Deadman Invitational. It is starting next week, so if you're interested in that, watch out for that next week. They added a golden gnome to the Legends Guild. The Narda statue here will now restore special attack and it will cure poison. Also, this very useful bank right here can now be accessed by Pures and Zerker Pures. All you need is 99 crafting and you can access this bank. It used to only be accessible if you had completed the Fally Hard diaries, which you couldn't on a Pure because there's a 50 defense requirement. But now this is unlocked to anyone with 99 crafting. 2 free-to-play worlds now have total level requirements. World 381 requires 500 plus free-to-play total, and World 385 requires 750 plus free-to-play total. So that's helpful for any of you free-to-play players that don't want to compete with bots. 386 has had Blast Furnace NPCs added to it, so I'm not sure if there's another world with the NPCs in it or not. If there is, I guess now there's multiple worlds, or maybe they just switched over to 386 and removed the NPCs from the other world. The gate in the Taverley dungeon was really annoying. You had to sit and use your key on the gate every single time. Even if the key was in your inventory, you still had to use the key on the gate. Well, they've changed that now, so now that is more not so annoying. All you have to do is click on the gate and you will go through it if the key is in your inventory. You can now obtain multiple salve shards, which I'm pretty sure you could before. You just have to drop them and then get another one, drop it, and repeat like that, and then pick them all up. But I guess now you don't have to do that. The back entrance of the Wizards Guild has now been opened. That's kind of pointless. And then, what else is there? So, shortcut to the crystals has been added to the Haunted Mine. So if you need to get some salve shards after you lose some, doing like Vedion or something, that should be a lot easier. It's now possible to cut cacti with any slash weapon. The respawn timer of the giant mole has been reduced to roughly 10 seconds, so you no longer have to hop worlds to get the quick kills. Although hopping worlds I think would still be a little bit quicker because it's still 10 seconds to respawn, while if you hop it is instant. And the winter Mehod has a respawn timer that now reappears upon re-entering the area. The imbued heart, which is like the new Vecna skull thing, uses a more colorful message to alert you that it is ready for use. And farmers can now be paid to chop down fruit trees, which will speed up farm runs a tiny bit. So that's pretty much it for the updates this week. The biggest one is the fairy ring, definitely. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next week.